It was really the day I removed my dual guard that I started to manifest. Up until that point, I manifested sometimes, and then I lost it all. Manifested sometimes, then I lost it all. And yes, the clever people on here will say you manifest all the time, but I'm talking about conscious creation of what you want, right? And in this video, I will show you some beautiful examples just from this week on how people change their lives just by switching to only knowing one God to be true. And I'll tell you also what it means, all right? Let's start with the examples. This is just you and I talking on a lovely Friday. Maybe you will watch it during the weekend. Using this video for motivation and for that final drive, that final push to say, I will jump ahead of my current circumstances. I will move way beyond what I see in physical reality, and I will start creating with my language. And I will know God to be the giver of everything I want. God, source, awareness, Allah, consciousness, the all, whatever you call it. Right? Let's just look at this. Let's read them together. Wiz the magician. My old self used to believe when I do inner work, assume, visualize, affirm, and believe I have the desire, I have to wait for external reality to show me that I'm that, and if not, I'm not doing the right thing. So I always used to rely on external reality. Now, on my new self has desire. Instead of relying on my external reality for approval, I decide I'm the change, I'm the reality, I'm the approval. When I change, when I decide I have desire, when I believe it, assume it, visualize it, affirm it, I have it. It's right now in the present moment. And external reality has to change in my favor because I have changed. There's no waiting. All thanks to you. This right here is a recipe for reality creation. Right? This right here is why scripture says, as within, so without. Or I am as my servant thinks I am. Right? It is this reliance on only knowing one truth, on only knowing God, to have the faith that you want. There's not two sides of reality. When I tell you to dissect from external reality, it is just for a moment to realize you're not it. But in fact, you're it all, but it's a reflection of you. Right? So you're not doing a trick to change reality. You're changing. You're manifesting a version of you that gets to experience exactly what you want just by simply knowing it to be true. That's complete faith. Desire, listen to this, desire and fulfillment is a package deal. They come together. The moment of desire, you ask for it. God is making a list. What do you need to experience to learn this? What do you need to act on to have this? And ideas will just start flowing to you. And you will stick to that knowing, the law of knowing that you will have it. And the ending of that movie, where you get to have it all, won't change unless you change it. Unless you start believing in two gods. The God that will give you everything, and external reality that is simply a mirror. Let's go to the next one. I've been going through crazy years of anxiety, and when I thought it was over, it came back to test me. My solo business was not doing well, and I was questioning everything. Then bumped into your videos and practiced for 2 weeks. Then boom, out of nowhere, a lead for a big project that I'm about to close right now. Easy 20K. And this is such a good example of how fast reality changes if you commit. Right? And a lot of people will say, but I will just never say it. I'm shy, but I won't allow myself to say I'm not. I doubt it, but I won't ever start telling the story of I don't. I don't doubt it. I struggle in physical reality, but I won't say I don't. Right? And this is what happens when you actually do decide. Maybe it's not an easy decision because you're so used to listening to those thoughts that you think it's you. But they are just your brain is a speaker, right? Producing habitual thoughts, the thoughts that brain knows, it just keeps on producing until you change it. So when a thought appears, no, it's not you. Just know that it's an old program that you can say, yeah, obviously, accept it, rest in that thought, know it to be a thought you would not like to continue thinking, and choose a new thought. I am this. My head tells me otherwise. External reality tells me otherwise. My parents tell me otherwise. Everyone and every man tells me who I am. But God knows who I am. I know who I am. And that's the important thing about manifestation. That's the only important thing. Next one. I spawned a 5 million deal out of nowhere. Thanks, Chris. I have no way to verify this, right? But I've seen this before, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's real. But thanks for sharing it with me in the comments. Please share your success stories. Let's take the next one. Chris, thank you. Because of your teachings, I didn't just enter the self. I began to live in it naturally. This is what the sages call Sahaja Samadhi. Sorry for the pronunciation. It's not a dramatic state. It feels more like coming home after being lost for a long time. That gives me goosebumps. Feels more like coming home after being lost for a long time. That's a good affirmation right there. Everything is here, quiet, simply, effortless. In Christian mysticism, Meister Eckhart said, "The eye with which I see God is the eye with which God sees me." You have heard me say that before, haven't you? In Sufism, Ibn Arabi said, "It is not you who prays, it is God praying through you." Beautiful. And you explained it in your own way. Manifestation happens when we stop trying and start being, when we rest in knowing. Now I don't go back to presence anymore. Presence has just become my ground. Thoughts still arise, but they don't take me away. From here, manifestation isn't a struggle. It's just a natural expression of being. Wow, right? What a good summarization of what you should do. Where you take charge and you lean towards one God. And you say, okay, I'm a vessel, I'm a human being, but I have some consciousness in me and I know that to be an extension of God. I know that when I ask for something, I can actually have it if I believe my God to be the God that gives it to me. Right? If I stay in the knowing that it's all for me. Let's take one more. Chris, I did your meditation every morning for maybe 3 mornings. The first day I did it, I got an unexpected check in the mail. I have a deeper sense of knowing and absolute certainty. I think in the video you say, my certainty is absolute. I received a new place to live. I feel capable of posting and sharing my message. No more fear of being seen. I feel creatively unblocked and the desire to make music for the first time in 7 years. I'm no longer heavily identifying with my ego. My life is radically changed in less than 2 weeks. Lol. This is amazing, right? This is how it goes. This is how the story goes. My clients will recognize that is the sentence I use a lot when they tell me success stories. Some of them are surprised, some of them are not surprised. I will always write something along the lines of, that's just how the story goes for you. It's not sometimes it works. It's when you take that final step across the barrier and say, I'm not trying to manifest. Right? When you say, but there's no trying involved. fulfillment comes from God, right? And I'll seek it inside. I'll give myself that fulfillment. God being your consciousness, right? When I give it to myself, when I seek it, I know that I can have everything. And I know that physical world does not represent my fulfillment. Fulfillment comes from the inner man, comes from and will be the source of fulfillment in the outside world. So you don't ever have to seek it outside, because you won't ever find that. And the moment you find it in the outside world, you won't need it, because you already have it. So the importance of this video is for you to make up your mind. It is to say, who am I? Not me, but you. Who are you? Right. Not a worldly thing can tell you who you are. Only yourself. And you're an extension of God having amnesia. And God made you like this so that you could find him. Right? And everything is for you. Every contrast is for you. Every good thing is for you. When will you know it? And I'm telling you, today of all days, walk in divine grace. As Florence would say, right? By divine grace, know that you are it. Allow yourself that fantastic luxury it is of saying, but I choose myself. I don't choose struggle, because I don't know God to be a God of struggle. I don't choose doubt. All that is tied up to a false God, external reality. So I'll take it back. So I will feel very much as if I struggle. I will think very much as if I struggle. But I will know who I am, the one not struggling. I will feel very much like I doubt. I will think very much like I doubt. But I will know myself to be the one not doubting. I will feel myself lacking. I will think myself lacking, but I will know myself to be the one not lacking. And that knowing transcends. That knowing transforms. That knowing pushes you out into physical reality, so that you won't experience it anymore very soon. Yes. I was just about to say any questions, as if we were on a workshop, but that doesn't really make any sense in this video. I just very much appreciate that you are here. Can't wait to see you again, maybe Monday or Tuesday, where I will be making another video. Subscribe if you are into reality creation, if you're into finding yourself. And as always, get out of here. Bye.